5 hidden signals your eyes send that a woman instantly reads, and you'll never, ever be awkward again, man. I just love locking in on a woman. I love the banter from the eyes. It's a very important thing when you think about your eyes, or you're locking in with your eyes with a woman. Everything actually changes. Have you ever caught a woman actually looking at you, and then in that split second, the split second where your eyes meet, it seems like at that point everything gets weird for you guys. And from that moment when you look at her, there's a part of you that says, you know what? Should I look away? Should I smile? Should I stare? Or should I pretend that I didn't even notice? And at that point, it seems like everything starts to get awkward, like the whole interaction and stuff like that. And I think a lot of guys don't understand that. That is actually what I'll always say. That is what I call the green light. Okay, a lot of people are asking, do I move forward? Is she just being nice to me? If I stare at her too long, do I come off weird? Well, I'm going to break it down to all you guys out here, because what most of y'all guys don't understand when it comes to the game, one thought, one mind, one way. Your eyes are speaking even when your mouth isn't moving. Your eyes can say so many things, and that's what I want to talk to you about, whether you realize it, guys, or not, that it is women actually are just looking at everything. They're not just looking at what you say, they're also looking at how you lock in on them, and that's important. And the fact that what a lot of guys do not know is that what a woman decides about you, whether it is safety, confidence, attraction, trust, all this stuff happens before you even open your mouth. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today, because this is not magic or anything like this, and she's just wired this way. She can't help it. And so in this video, guys, I'm going to break down actually these 5 hidden signals that your eyes actually send when you're looking at a woman, and how a woman is actually going to pick up on these things. And guys, here's the cool thing. Once you learn these things, you'll never have to second guess that moment that you're in with a woman with eye contact. So please, guys, let's go ahead and sit, and let's go ahead and lock this down. What's very important. Oh, my phone's ringing. Let me turn that off. Anyway, so let's go ahead and start at signal number 1, and that is what I call the wandering eye. And that's when you're not actually present. And let's start with the most common mistake that a guy will make. Okay, what happens for a lot of guys out there, they're not gonna actually hold the gaze or look at a woman because they feel like, well, maybe I'm being a little bit too creepy. So what that guy is going to do, he's going to glance, he's going to look away, he's going to look back, he's going to scan the room, he's going to check his phone, and then all of a sudden he's going to try to re-engage back to the woman because he thinks it's safe. And he doesn't know, because he's nervous and he's unsure of himself. But what he doesn't understand is at that point, a woman's going to recognize that, you know what, this person isn't really grounded. Because the thing that you have to understand when it comes to this game is that your eyes are always going to reveal certain things as far as attraction and attention. And the way that you have to lock down is your attention has to be a certain kind of presence, because your presence to a woman has to be power. It has to be locked in. It has to move her, and it has to shake her a little bit. And when your eyes begin to drift, okay, left or right, up or down, or whatever have you, what happens with the woman is she just doesn't feel anchored to you. A lot of women are going to watch everything you say and everything you do. And when you're really not anchored into yourself, what's going to happen is she's not really going to be locked in on you, and she's not going to see you for the man that I know you can be. And I think that's a big problem with a lot of people. They just don't know how everything matters in the game. And when your eyes drift, the first thing she's saying is that, you know what, this guy isn't really locked in on me. I don't know what's going on with him. And then that's, if she recognizes you're unsure, she's gonna move like she's unsure. And you don't have to stare her down, but when you lock eyes with a woman, I want you to hold it, all right, just for a second, okay? Just a little bit past your comfort zone. I know for many of you guys out there, you hold it, but then you get this rage of tension of, oh my God, am I doing it too much? Am I not doing enough? Well, what I want you to do between that nervousness and between your comfort zone is where we got that tension from. And that's where tension lives. And tension is always going to draw attraction, gentlemen. Signal number 2 is what I call a quick drop. And what a quick drop is a woman really noticing you're not confident, okay? So you made eye contact with her. She looked back at you and you immediately dropped that lock and like, I don't know, you just like some kind of a schoolboy and you just scared and you look away from her things and look away from her. And that's not gonna do it, because what you're saying is that I don't believe in myself, number one, and I don't believe I deserve this moment with you. And that's what's really gonna turn the woman off. And what I always say for you guys out there is either that you are gonna move like you got the game, you're locked in. I'm that guy, and you know what? I'm gonna take you somewhere, and it's gonna be something different between the both of us. And if you cannot hold that, hold her attention at that point, what a woman wants to know, gentlemen, is that she wants to know or not, okay, are you comfortable with who you are? Are you comfortable with people looking at you? So, gentlemen, the next time a woman looks at you, you know what? Don't look away. Don't retreat. I want you to actually relax in the moment, okay? Take a moment, relax, and soak up this game. And then when you take a moment and you relax and all this other stuff, you want to make her more relaxed than you. And that's the thing, because at the end of the day is that I need to show her that I'm not afraid to be looked at, and I feel like you and I, because when I lock in on a woman, I wanted to make her feel like, you know, it's just you and me. You're the only woman in the room that I'm actually looking at. So let's move to signal number 3. Signal number 3 is what I would call an empty stare. And for a woman, when you have an empty stare in her eyes, she sees that you're looking at her, but there's something in you that's just empty. You know, there's something that it's just, there's no spark. It's like you're not alive. It's like you just like looking at her with emptiness. And this is where a lot of guys mess up. You hold eye contact with her. You do everything right technically. But your gaze is just blank. Like, there's no fire behind it. There's no thunder. There's no, man, I'm about to tear that ass up. Oh man, I'm about to pull that hair and I'm about to smack that ass. It's like you look at her, but in that look, unfortunately, she just doesn't feel anything. And when a woman doesn't feel anything, it's not because you don't feel anything. The problem is that your eyes are supposed to draw her in versus push her away. And passion and amusement and all these things, depth, you know, women are not drawn into your eyes because of their color. I mean, your eyes, all of our eyes have different colors based off our parents and things. She's actually drawn into what actually lives behind those eyes. What lives behind those eyes? So when I'm looking at her, man, I'm locking in. The question is, do I want to seduce her? Do I want to romance her? Do I want to say something smooth? I don't necessarily want to go into the kinky, the nasty, the dirty, but what I want to do is I want to lock in on her and let her know that, you know what, I'm that guy. It's about to be on. I'm about to bite your neck and take you up the tree. So when you're moving that way, man, this is why the lock-in of where a lot of guys who think they have a certain kind of look, this is why a lot of these guys don't stare, because, you know, even though you might have the height, the body, and all the other stuff that a lot of guys are telling you to have, the problem is that behind all that is an empty person. And this is why communication without talking is very important. I mean, locking in, because if you can't see you, and you can't feel you, and you can't understand who you are and know what you are, and know that when I look at you, oh, it's on. The moment, hey, when I look at you, I'm not looking through you. Well, I'm not looking at you, excuse me. I'm actually looking through you. I'm looking at you in such a confident way that I already have this. You just don't know it yet. And that's the beautiful thing about the game. And that's when you can look at a woman that way, you change it around, because what I'm saying is I want to draw her in. I want to make her curious, but I also want to make her say, okay, is he going to make his move? Because guys, it's just not just staring at her, it's also going towards her. So let's move to number 4. Number 4, gentlemen, is what I'm saying for a lot of guys is this overscan, okay? An overscan is when a person is like, you know, back in the day, there used to be like this thing called Battlestar Galactica where, you know, the Cylons, I think it was, don't fuck it, I'm old. But it's like a scan, you know what I mean? And it's not really good, okay? When you lock into a woman, you actually want to lock into the woman. You don't want to lock into her body. You want to scan. I mean, what the scan is when the guy locks into the woman, but for some reason he can't help but then watch you looking at her eyes. I'm like, I'm looking at you, then I'm like this. And he, you know, you start licking your lips. I don't know what you humans do. All that crazy shit, that doesn't work, okay? See, if you ever scan a woman's face and go below her eyes in a conversation, it's actually going to turn her off. I mean, you look at her eyes, then you look at her lips, then you look at her hair, and then you go back up. Now look, now a scan can be sexy. Now, again, if I'm keeping it eyes to chin and back up, that's fine. But many guys go past the chin and go below and start looking at her titties and everything like that. There's nothing wrong with doing a light scan with a woman. It's just how you got to do it. You gotta show some sexuality behind the thing that you're doing, because if you are not locking in on her the right way with the eye contact, it is going to tell her is that there's a lot of social anxiety with you, and it's going to tell her that, you know what, he's just not focused on me. At the end of the day, your eyes are bouncing around like you're trying to actually decode a puzzle, and that's what turns women off. That is not going to make the connection. You see, the thing is, at the end of the day, gentlemen, a woman just doesn't want to feel like she's being analyzed, okay? She wants to feel that she has been chosen, okay? And that you have already decided something about them, and you're just simply letting her know that I'm just enjoying you in the moment. Now, once we get to know each other a little bit more, we can go below that chin and we can do a nice scan and all other stuff, that's fine. But when you first meet a woman, you just can't move that way, okay? It's very important that what I want you to do, I know it's gonna sound crazy, but what I call it is like a picture, and I want y'all to think about this. Have you ever seen a picture and that picture is just looking, but wherever you move, you know, wherever you move like that, the picture seems like it's following you around? Well, that means what I want you to do is I want you to lock in on just a spot on her. I don't care if it, well, kind of, if you're gonna lock in. Now, the lock-in area is going to be a little bit above the nose, but a little bit below the eyebrow. So in between this area, I want you to find something to just lock in on, all right? And if you can just lock on something and hold that lock in, the woman's actually going to feel like you're actually locked in her. If you're actually shy or nervous, find a lock-in spot, okay? And that'll help you out a lot. Let's move to number 5, okay? The locked-in smile, okay? Man, that locked-in smile is what I love the most, man, because I'm like, man, it's on and popping, man. You see, guys, what I always tell you, man, I always tell you guys, when you say the word, when you think the word ass, you see that smile, ass, see that smile right there? That's a genuine smile, man. That's not, you can't fake that smile, man. And let me tell you guys something. when you're looking at a woman and you're locked in and you're smiling at her like I'm showing you. Now again, you don't have to cheese. You don't have to cheese. You can give a half smile. You know, you can kind of turn one side of your face, that's fine. But what's so cold about this, when you have that kind of smile with a woman, you're showing her that not only am I emotionally safe, but I'm also forbidden fruit and I'm dangerous. And this is the one that guys, when you start to learn the game, something a lot of guys will never master because it requires two things all at one time. Number one, it's the stillness of a man that doesn't need to speak, and it is also the drawing of a man who enjoys being where he's at, and that's why I like to lock in. I love the lock, and that makes me so, I love that because see, most of the guys don't realize when, you know, people think sex is things that you say and all that. And it was, you know, as I talked about in the last live show, and I think it was called The Protege, you know, he looked at her, and that's why I'm pushing. It's not a goofy grin, not a polite smirk, or not a please like me expression. No. This is one where I'm saying that I know where this is going. And it's a smile to say, it's a smile that's gonna say, I look forward to what we're about to get into. I look forward to bringing you to IG. I look forward to my voice messages, my video messages. I look forward to making you smile, laugh, blush, think, and react. And this is one thing. This is more an advanced thing, but you can still do this thing when you actually believe in yourself, gentlemen, because you are showing more without saying less, and this is the beautiful thing about it. And the truth of everything that I'm trying to tell you is that you don't have to have the perfect lines, you don't have to think about perfect timing, and you don't have to be the cutest, tallest guy with the muscles and all this other stuff, or the most charming person in the room. That's not what's going to get you into all this. At the end of the day, if you're actually just comfortable with yourself, this is what it comes down to. How comfortable are you with yourself, okay? All right, are you comfortable in yourself and who you are? And if you are actually comfortable in who you are, okay? Most guys really can't answer that question because most guys don't understand what it means to just be comfortable in your own skin. And once you are more comfortable in your own skin, this is where you're actually going to win. You're never going to have really problems with women because at the end of the day, you're saying, I see you, okay? And I'm here, and I'm not going to flinch. You know, one of the things that helped me out real quick when I was young was when we would take drives, my parents, I'm from the DMV. So when we would go to Kings Dominion, if you think about it, from Montgomery County, Maryland, and Gaithersburg, all the way to Kings Dominion, my sister and I, we didn't have seatbelts as well. We would always play games called the staring game. We just stare at each other. And that was something I learned, without breaking the eye contact. But you guys are too old to do that with your sisters and everything. But I'm just saying that as long as you learn the game and you learn what I'm showing you, you're going to be fine. Remember, staring at a woman can be so fun, and it can bring out so many things in the relationship when you lock in, gentlemen. So just remember that, man. It isn't about sometimes what you say. It's just how you look at it. So what I want you to start doing is take a moment, maybe 4 or 5 minutes every morning when you go and brushing your teeth. Brush your teeth, just stare at yourself. Just lock in on you, because if you can lock in on yourself, then you'll be able to lock in on a woman, all right? Well, that's going to be the end of our discussion, but not the end of our video, guys. I hope that you enjoy what you like. Please like, subscribe, and share. And gentlemen, if you're ready to get your pathway, you're ready to grow, you're ready to become a student of the game, go ahead and get your pathway. You send me an email at themanmindset@gmail.com. Just ask for your pathway. We see the PDF file, and you can become the student of the game right now. And if you're not ready, gentlemen, we have YouTubes, we have YouTube shorts, we have videos, and I go live all the time where you can talk to me one-on-one live. We have dating questions, text message questions, and we spit nothing but game off the top of our head live where you can call into our show, guys. So I really appreciate you guys. And if you like this video right here, I'm locking in on you right now. Eye contact. If you like this video right here, you're going to like this video right here beside me, gentlemen. I'm the Dean, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Peace.